Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Spursy Across the Pond. I'm Dan, and you're hopefully a growing part of my fan base. I have some questions about the mentality of a portion of the fan base. Where I am right here, right now, in life, I just want this club to win. I don't care about individual players. I don't care what their stats were before they came here. I just want to see positive results when they get into the De Zerbi system and they play for De Zerbi. And this free-flowing, attacking, moving forward, balls put in the back of the net, winning games, winning trophies, all of that. Yesterday, on a couple different things, I saw some things with Spurs fans absolutely throwing their toys out the pram. Love that saying, by the way. Over Romero possibly going to Arsenal. For me, last season, when Romero was injured, right there at the end of the season, and he missed the final 6, 7 games, 8 games, whatever it was. And he's walking off the pitch crying. To myself, I said, well, that's it. He's done. Never going to see him in a Spurs shirt again. Good riddance. Again, I took the cheese on him when he came in for Tottenham. And I liked his play. Relentless, ruthless, and at times, a bit reckless. The reckless was a bit too much. I think over the years we learned that he was waiting to play for Argentina. And that's what it was all about. I'll take your money, pay me your money, but I'm ready to go play for Argentina. I think we all pretty much, most of us feel like that's why he was crying, because he was worried he was going to miss the World Cup. Somehow he couldn't play for Spurs. He flew over and got his hair cut and all that. Came back for the final game, but again, didn't play. He was fit and ready to go for Argentina. Yesterday, I saw some fans going nuts, dropping F-bombs all over the place, going nuts. He owes us this. He owes you nothing. Totally clear. He got paid, signed a contract to play for Tottenham Hotspur. That's it. He owes you absolutely nothing. The reports are, with him going to Italy, is that originally there was some contract stuff going on. So maybe he's looking to make a little bit more money. Maybe his agent hears Arsenal's interested. Whatever. But they throw that out there. He's keen on it. Well, of course he's keen on it. Because now, whomever's looking to sign him, Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, whomever, that are looking to sign him, now go, oh, Arsenal might be involved. They have some money, they can pay bigger wages, all that. We better get involved in this. So again, it could all just be a ploy. But again, he doesn't owe you anything. Anything at all. He owes you nothing. He was paid to play here. He did that, prepping for Argentina, I feel, a lot of the times. If he goes to Arsenal, good, great. He might be a perfect citizen. But that will wear out. He will start to do the same things. Argentina will become the priority again. But I don't think he wants to play in the Premier League anymore. Wouldn't you rather go somewhere that's a little easier to play if you can make close to the same wages? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? But those fans that just lost their mind over this, and it wound them up and got them so upset. Why? It's almost like you're upset about an ex. Well, you've moved on. That person wasn't right for you. Move on. Think of yourself as being better than that ex, that situation, whatever. Have more pride in yourself, okay? Right? Look at this, right? Chest out, head up, All of that. That's a proud cock on my shirt. Be proud. If the guy doesn't want to be here, I don't care where he goes. If whatever club in Italy, Spain, or whatever are looking at him and say, we'll give you 40 million. And Arsenal come in and say, we'll give you 60. I know where I'm going. I'm taking that 60. And to me, it's almost like, well, here's a pill. It may or may not be a poison pill. He may mess stuff up for you, just like Eze. Thank God I didn't sign for that club. If he doesn't sign, or if he signs for Spurs, do Arsenal win the Champions League? Possibly. Very possibly Arsenal win the Champions League if he signed for Spurs last year. You have a manager who is bringing in players that want to play for him. Last year when Thomas Frank was hired, what happened? I just remember thinking, why? How come nobody's coming? His ex-players, I want to go to Manchester United. I want to go here. I want to go there. So I don't understand that part of the fan base that is just going nuts over this. Because I really feel like we're done with them. Move on. It's over. Solomon has gone to West Ham. Good for him, because quite frankly, that just never, ever, ever worked out. No manager ever rated him, I guess. So maybe next time. Maybe at West Ham, he can get his career back on track. West Ham can come up. And it'll be a good finishing there. I heard some stuff also too yesterday going on about how Mickey can't be captain. To me, I think Porro should be captain anyway. I know he had a little bit of run-in with fans last year, but I think he was defending his teammates against whatever section of fans, whatever they were saying. Who knows? We don't know. But he was there for the team. I think you could argue he's one of the ones that didn't quit on the team. I think Porro is amazing right back in the correct system. If you are going to park the bus, you substitute him. Bye. Get out. If you're going to attack, he's your guy. And I'd like to see him get back more doing the crosses and the corners. I think he was excellent at that. I think there was some slippage there, but I think that's something that, whatever the deal is, get him working at that again, and off you go. A little bit of thing I heard too was since Mickey shouldn't be captain because the way he acted under Frank, and going at it with fans, and he may have been the rat and all of that stuff in the locker room. Who knows if any of that's true? But on the flip side of that, Jed Spence's actions weren't far behind what Mickey was going on about. But Thomas Tuchel sat Spence in one of the international breaks and says, "You don't do that." So he's fixed now. Jed Spence is fixed. He's perfect. All of that. Funny how Spurs though are offering him to other clubs, and still no one's really coming in. Liverpool have moved on. United are looking for a bargain. And if he goes to United, that's just going to prove what I said in the last video, which if you haven't watched, go back and look. Manchester United are becoming the Daniel Levy-led Spurs. Looking for deals, bargains, discounts, players that may or may not fit the system. But again, De Zerbi doesn't rate the guy. He's apparently fixed with this fantastic World Cup. Nobody's coming in on him. But you have part of this fan base, and this is where I get back to the mentality. When things aren't going well, it's almost like they clutch at straws to try to bring back the team. You're backing individual players rather than what the club is doing. And by backing these players, you're hamstringing what the club is trying to do. I understand they're taking forever to get ourselves a winger. and an attacking front. Maybe that just takes time. Maybe want to make sure they want to make it right. The whole thing going on with City and bringing in 1 or 2 players from City and how that keeps getting delayed. I agree. At some point, you do need to move on because you need these players. You want to get these players in. I think we're going to be all right out of the blocks. There is a possibility that we don't. But where were United at what part of the season when they sacked their manager? They ended up 3rd. So you can go on a run in the second half of the season and be fine. I think this manager wants to win trophies and this manager wants to finish us high up. But at the end of the day, if we make 2 cup runs and get back to Champions League football, I think it'll all be well. Here's my theory on Adam Scott. Adam Scott is either going to come in January at a discounted rate, or there'll be some form of a pre-contract for him to come in next summer on a free. Or, like I said, maybe by offering the pre-contract, they'll say, okay, we'll sell him for whatever fee. So if you like what you see here, please subscribe. Please like the video. Once I get to 50, unless there's some other thing, if I get to 50 subscribers, I can do lives. I think you guys will have a blast with me doing lives because I will go at you. I will love to have some banter with you, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll probably mostly be on weekends. But so if you can, tell your friends. And stay well. Hopefully stay cool. I'm back inside because it's hotter and humider than anything out there right now. And I'm in the northeast of the States. All right. As Ringo Starr would say, peace and love. Peace and love.